Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we're in the studio again with another great episode for you. And we're going back to our lovely series, bring you some more words from the deep. That was evil. My bad, that was evil. But so we're going to get this started off, and we're going to actually let one of our special guests pop it off this episode. So bring it to the mic. We're going to bring our boy, Mr. Christian. Mr. Christian, please step to the mic. And if you haven't heard him, please go back and check out his episode. It was fire. Please go back and check out his episode. The link will be in the bio. Christian, step to the mic and bring some fire for us, sir.
What's going on? This is Christian Carruthers. I'm 20 years old, and you guys should follow my IG account. Is CHRISTIAN_CARUTHERS_. And so do I actually have a poem today? It's actually by an unknown person, but it's called Why Me? So here we go. If you have to ask why me when you're feeling really blue, when the world has turned against you and you don't know what to do, when it pours colossal raindrops and the roads a winding mess, and you're feeling more confused than you ever could express. When the saddened sun won't shine, when the stars will not align, when you'd rather be inside your bed, the covers pulled above your head, when life is something that you would dread, and you have to ask why me, then, when the world seems right and true, when rain has left a gentle dew, when you feel happy being you, please ask yourself, why me? So the reason why I did this poem is because a lot of people, when adversity actually hits them, they always obviously ask themselves, why me? But, when good things are happening your way and positive aspects, I feel like you should ask why me as well. On both sides of the coin, you should be, relatively grateful. I understand, some things, adversity, failure, and I totally understand that, sometimes you're going to cry, sometimes you're going to be upset, but at the end of the day, you're going to get through it because you're a human being. There's no such thing as a perfect person. I just want everybody to know that there's no such thing. And, you got to keep growing, both mentally and physically.
All right. Thank you, Christian, for that one. That was an amazing poem. I appreciate you for doing that, brother. Make sure to go back and check out his episode. Big quick shout out about his episode. Most views in one day so far.
For real?
Yeah, salute him. Shout out Christian. Next to the microphone, we got a lovely young man coming up to the stage. Co-founder and creator of the C Hill brand, Mr. Ironically, C Hill. Cortland, come to the mic, brother. Please, come to the mic.
This is Cortland Hill reading I Dream a World by Mr. Langston Hughes. I dream a world where man, no other man, will be scorned, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the souls, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head and joy like a pearl attend the needs of all mankind, of such a dream in this world. It just means to me, well, especially thinking of, by who it was written and when it was written. It was in a time during Jim Crow, segregation. It just means that our ancestors continued to fight. Not being enslaved wasn't enough. We needed, equality. We needed fair treatment. We needed to remind the people in power that we're humans as well. We have birthrights as well. So to me, that just means it's just a reminder that at the end of the day, we're all humans, no matter how proud you are to be black or how proud you are to be white, Hispanic, whatever. Like, we're all humans. We all bleed red. We all breathe the same air. So equality is definitely important. Oh, and want to give a shout out to C Hill. So like with the website, I strategically made the name since it's an online store.
Right.
So the website is chillonline.store.
Okay.
So if you take away the dot, it says Chill Online.
Gotcha.
It's a store. It's an online store, you know. Yeah. So you can find me at www.chillonline.store or on Instagram under Chill Online or on Facebook under Chill Online. And my personal Instagram is _Hillionaire. Like millionaire, but with the H instead of an M.
Yes. Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you, Cortland, Mr. C. Hill. I appreciate you for that one, brother. And if you haven't checked out this episode, go back and check it out. Swimming with C. Hill. Learn more about his products and get you some gunk in the trunk. I know you need it. All right. So next to the microphone, we got, of course, my always guest, the engineer, Mr. 13. Mr. 13, Mr. DJ. Step to the microphone, DJ. Come step to the mic.
Hello. You know it's your boy, 13, back at it again, with another poem to make you think all over and about your friends, I guess. So, it's okay to be yourself, so I have a poem for you. Every snowflake is different. No two are the same. Each one is magnificent. They don't feel any shame. So stop trying to perfect yourself to the people you dream to be, because there is only one of thyself, and you have your own beauty. When you wake up in the morning, when you feel doubt in your mind, remember the snowflakes are soaring because they leave their differences behind. So please know that when I say you are one of a kind, you will always be your own person. You can never be defined.
Yeah.
So that was by an unknown person. I just found it one day and it really resonated with me in the sense that, you know, why compare yourself to somebody that's not even here yet? It's okay to be yourself and do things your way. I mean, of course, hold yourself accountable, but at the end of the day, you're still alive. And you're a whole different person from everybody else. You have your own scars, your own tribulations, your own milestones, your own greatness. So just be yourself. Keep doing you. It'll be okay. All right, so I actually have a special guest here today. It's my boy that I've known since middle school, all through high school. Okay. You know, he's been my boy, and we just had some really good games. So, you know, shout out to him. His name's Deion, all the way from New Mexico. Come up to the mic, brother.
Deion!
New Mexico in the house. Where's that?
All right.
Hello everyone, my name is Deion. I'll be reading a poem I named Thoughts. I am fighting someone I can't see, but I feel. I throw punches at nothing, but yet it connects. This empowering feeling of fear and control swirls in my mind, feeling as though if I don't defeat this opponent, I may lose my life. We keep circling each other, passing by in a pale moonlight, and turn away during the hottest part of the day. I'm not scared of you. I have no reason to be. Come to me as a friend, as an enemy. Look at me the entire time. Never take your eyes off me. For when you do, I'll strike.
Wow, dude.
So I label this at face value. You know, these are thoughts, and instead of just thinking of them as concepts or as words on a page or something you just type out, I put it into a physical form. I kind of grew up in like combat sports, so I wrestled in high school. I did martial arts, and I always saw someone or an opponent as someone I can defeat. But realizing that it's yourself, it's different because you see yourself in the mirror and you see them as a friend. But when you see them as an enemy, you know their fears and you know their strengths. And sometimes you don't want to go about it and fight them, and you just avoid it altogether.
Well, I like that. Deion, that was great.
Thank you.
Woo! Spicy.
Deion, I appreciate you for that one, brother, man. You really killed that, bro. I really can't believe you really just drove all the way out here from New Mexico from this morning and made it out here tonight just so we record you, man. So I really appreciate you, brother, for doing this, bro. That's dedication right there, bro. Dedication. He swam for that, boy. I love it. I love it, man. So last but not least is yours truly. And I'm about to tell you guys a little story. And I hope it explains why you shouldn't let people try to bring you down. So, anyway, there's a business guy. He goes into his barbershop and he goes, sits down to his barber, and his barber is Mr. Jeff. So we're going to call him Mr. Jeff. So Mr. Jeff starts cutting his hair. He's like, "Oh, man, how you doing today?" He's like, "Oh, Mr. Jeff, I need the best haircut you can give me. I got a big weekend plan." He's like, "Oh, really? What do you got planned for the weekend?" He's like, "Well, actually, my job is flying me out to Europe." He's like, "Oh, really? What airplane you flying on? Or what airplane you flying on?" He was like, "Oh, we're flying on the European Express." And he was like, "Oh, European Express. I hate to say it, man, but that's a terrible airline, bro. Like, they always take off late. They lost my luggage like 2 times. Like, I just hope you get there on time, man. I hope you get there before all the hotels close up on you." He's like, "So where are you going to be staying at out there?" He was like, "Oh, I'm staying at the European Grand Inn." He's like, "Oh, not the European Grand Inn. Bro, last time I was there, they didn't give me towels. I couldn't get no towels. I was in there wiping my butt with my own clothes trying to dry myself because they couldn't give me towels. The busboy sent my luggage to the wrong room. Terrible hotel, terrible hotel. I really wish you weren't staying there." He's like, "Do you have anything planned while you're out there?" He was like, "Well, like I said, it was for work, so we're going to have a business meeting." He's like, "Oh, you're going to shop with the Europeans. They don't buy. They talk. They're going to hype you up. They're going to make you feel all fluffy and stuff, but they do not buy, bro. Like, this is all a waste of a trip for you. Any other plans while you're out there?" He's like, "Well," and as he's talking to him, he's just hurting on the inside because this dude is just crushing his whole trip. You know what I'm saying? He's making this trip sound like it's about to be terrible, and it hasn't happened yet. He's like, "Well, I did want to see the Pope." He's like, "The Pope?" He's like, yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I want to see the Pope. I would love to be in his grace. I never saw before. I just want to see the Pope." He was like, "Yeah, I hate to tell you, but you're not getting in to see the Pope. Like, who are you? You're just a businessman from America? No, you have to be a major elite to see the Pope. Like, I tried to see the Pope 2 times. I sat out there in the rain for 10 days, didn't see the Pope. I'm sorry to tell you, man, you're not about to see the Pope." And finally, the guy gets up and he's like, "All right, well, thank you, Mr. Jeff, for the haircut," pays him, slumps out the barbershop, like, not ready for the weekend. So later on, they're at the high school game the following Friday. The whole town's there. Mr. Jeff sees the businessman. He's like, hey, John, how was your trip? How was your trip, man?" He's like, "Oh, Mr. Jeff, it was wonderful." He was like, "Really? What are you talking about? Like, how's the airline?" He's like, "Oh my gosh, the airline was perfect. Like, they took off on time. The stewardess gave us drinks, blankets, earmuffs, peanuts, anything we wanted. The landing was so soft, I didn't even wake up. The stewardess had to wake me up after everybody left. She was like, I didn't want to wake you because you were sleeping so soundly." He's like, "Oh, wow, really? They must have upgraded big time. What about the hotel?" He's like, "The hotel. Oh my gosh. The second I walk in the hotel, the dude just threw towels at me. Just gave me so many towels, I didn't know what to do with them. Towels, robes, mints, shampoo, everything I need. I got to the hotel room. They upgraded me to the jacuzzi tub. Best hotel I ever been in." He's like, "Oh, that's incredible. Did the meeting go well?" He's like, "Did it? The meeting went amazing. Like, I'm going back next month to put in about 200 orders. And then they also hooked us up with their more businessmen. So we're about to meet more partners. And we're about to really expand out there in Europe. I can't wait." He's like, "Wow." He's like, "And the best part was I got to see the Pope." He was like, Mr. Jeff Hart stopped like, "You seen the Pope?" He was like, "Yes, I got to see the Pope." I went in there and, it was just all white on the walls and candles lit. And they opened the room, and I saw the big, long red carpet. At the end of the carpet, you see the Pope sitting there, just looking all royalty. And I just walked up, and as I was walking, the tears started coming into my eyes. And by the time I got to the Pope, I just dropped to my knees, and I just kissed his hand. It's like, your grace, your grace. Because that's all I knew what to do. And the Pope looked at me. She said, my son, put his hand on my head. Where'd you get such a terrible haircut? I'm sorry. More of the story. The people that are talking down your trip are the ones that are making you look bad.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The guy talked down his whole trip, made his trip sound like it was going to be terrible. The dude walked out there with the terrible explanation of the trip. Got to the trip, the most amazing trip in the world, and the only bad part about the trip was what the negative guy did for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, watch the words that people are saying for you. You don't have to accept what they're going to say. They're going to say the negative stuff, but you go do it your way and you take your experience from it. You feel me? So, yeah. One of my favorite stories. Shout out Mr. Maxwell. Like I said, if you got a contact with Mr. Maxwell, please let me know so I can interview him one day. That would be my dream. That would be amazing. Yes. But I believe that's everybody we have for today. So I just want to say I appreciate everybody again for listening to another episode of Words from the Deep. I got to wrap it up the same way I started it, right? Anyway. Do it again. Or how do my Dr. Evil? Those little penguins. Mr. Palace. No. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for everybody listening today. I hope you guys had an amazing day, a wonderful afternoon, a great evening. Make sure to check out the podcast on the Instagram, on Twitter, IG, TikTok. Any questions, comments, concern, JKS Podcast 702@gmail.com. And all I got to say is just keep swimming. Then the audience said,
Just keep swimming.
and then the audience said,
Just keep swimming.
and then the audience said,
Just keep swimming.
and we swimming, baby, swimming on down the lake, headed to the ocean. Because we about to dive in the pool. I got a cramp in my back leg. I can't feel my toes. My head hurt. And my arm is really burning. But I gotta keep swimming. Gotta keep swimming. Sorry, Stacy. I'm swimming. I'm done.
That's all.